As we get closer to the end of this project, I'm noticing that it's been a different process. I have no idea what week or session this is because I just haven't been counting them and I haven't been tracking them. That's the difference about doing this work of embodied storytelling as a requirement for a degree program and just doing it as a way of practice. I'm figuring out where to stick very closely to a schedule, when is that helpful for me, and when is it good to be flexible, and just feeling it out. We have a lot of movement, 2/3 of it that have been inspired mainly by the underlying feeling of each section. It's not so narrative, like the person did this and then this happened. It's not telling a story in that type of way. Over the weekend, I've just been looking at this Audrey Lorde poem that will underline the piece. It'll be present throughout, kind of keeping a steady pulse throughout. It's called A Song for Many Movements. I'm thinking about the structure of the piece, what story I'm trying to tell. I keep coming back to and trying to figure out what is the story that I'm trying to tell. I think it's more about the first part being the embodiment of a prayer, a question, or a series of questions one might have for their God, exploring what a prayer is. What do you pray for? You know? Maybe not as broad as to say, what are possible things that you could pray for. This is a specific prayer for clarity and understanding or direction. The second section goes a little deeper and is the answer to that prayer. Maybe there's a deep listening, an ancient wisdom that comes with that. And then the third section is what you do with that. What action does that evoke in you? And then the last section, I don't know, working on it still. What is the repercussion? Perhaps what is the repercussion of that feeling evoked? What could happen next? Or what freedom, what liberty does that afford you to walk in alignment with one's purpose in that way? So I think that's the story, the arc that we're following. I could read this poem. I'll read the first stanza. I'm really interested in the very careful placement of the lines. There's no period until the end of the stanza. It just continues on, but where the next line begins is very important. Nobody wants to die on the way. Next line, same sentence. Caught between ghosts of whiteness and the real water. Both deserve their own line, because it's the ghosts of whiteness that we talk about. Perhaps the universal oppressive force that is whiteness. Perhaps a lot of things, but it's the ghosts of those things. Not an illusion, but not fully alive either. And the real water. Talking about water as a universal element. None of us wanted to leave. Our bones on the way to salvation. 3 planets to the left, a century of light years ago. Our spices are separate and particular. Our skins sing in complementary keys. At 7:45 meantime, telling the same stories over and over and over. So I'm interested in this.